Everyone, welcome back to Legally Teaching Engineer Sports. We have made it all the way to episode 30. 30. That's a good number. I might be 30. Title for this week. Sam, what is it?
Playoffs. We talking about playoffs. This is honestly like you guys don't understand if you don't follow sports, but this is a real magical time of the year. April and every major city can have up to 4 different sport activities occurring. You can have football kicking around with activities. You got NHL, NBA, soccer. Literally, there's April is a magical time.
Yeah, it's a good month. It's a great month. It's probably the best month of the year, for more reasons than sports. But yeah, I agree. All right. I love it. Max, what are we gonna do tonight?
We're going to do our usual roundtable. We're going to kick that off here shortly. Then we're going to talk a preview about our NBA playoffs coming up starting Tuesday.
Yep.
And then we're going to do our NHL, which doesn't kick off till next Monday, but it's right around the corner. And then we'll do some picks and get out of here.
Excellent. Excellent. All right, let's get it on. Episode 30, playoffs. Talking about playoffs.
Before it gets really ghetto there. Yeah.
It's a good song. All right, I'm with it. Before we get into the round table, another quick reminder. I think we're gonna have to. What we're gonna do, guys, is we're gonna make like a DocuSign, but it's not. It's gonna be like a Google Doc, like a petition for people to sign up. So then we know how many tickets to buy for our 999 on August 18th, 2023 in Cleveland. It's a Friday night in Cleveland, Ohio, as the Detroit Tigers take on the Cleveland Indy Guardians. It's $1 hot dogs.
Good catch.
Thank you. I will say it's going to be tough sledding. We were in Comerica on Saturday. I had a hot dog before the first pitch, and I was burping that hot dog up still in the 7th inning. So
it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I'm telling you, the hot dogs. I mean, Dylan went no condiments on that thing. That was a bold move there too. You're gonna need some
rookie mistake,
some ketchup, maybe a little relish one inning to slide it down a little bit easier. I think.
So I mean, does you have to have the bun with it? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
You have to have the bun.
Okay. Yes.
Just checking.
All right. Well, we'll get that post out for that. I'm looking forward to it. What we focused on last week was the Masters. Sam, who won the Masters?
Some dude named John.
John Rahm.
John Rahm.
Yes, he did. He defeated Brooks Koepka and Phil, who both took second, both live guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, I was pulling for the live team, maybe because I had $3 on Brooks and it paid out a bunch. But
shout out to Phil being the oldest top 5 finisher ever at the Masters. He's 52, yeah. Top 5 finisher. It's pretty impressive. He shot very well on Sunday to get himself there. So
him and Steve as a combination were really good.
Yeah, I think they both shot either 7 under or 8 under through the round to get themselves there. So I think they started one under somewhere in there. So impressive.
It was a good tournament. It was a marathon with all the delays, the tree falling, the rain, the cold. But it was still a good tournament. Tiger was limping around, but that's all right.
Did you hear the story about Rahm and Zach Ertz?
Yeah, the text.
Yeah, the text on the opening hole. The first green looks really easy. You should cakewalk that, and he double bogeys it.
Yeah.
And that's what I believe. That's what Scheffler. I don't know how to say his name. The dude that won last year, he also did the same thing where he 2-putted, 3-putted the first hole.
So he 4-putted the last hole, and then Rahm 4-putted the first hole this year. Okay. So it was like back flips. So I think whoever, but it's kind of a dumb thing because whoever 4-puts the end next year, well, they'll probably just have a cushion and they're going to win. So that's what. But you're right. I saw that too, Sam.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the Masters was good. I had it on mainly because it was cold and rainy here as well. Other than that, it was a golf tournament.
Yeah, it was. No, not wrong about that. Fair point. Sam, then what do you have to talk about in the round table?
That's it, honestly, just the Masters. It was cold and rainy, and that was the only sporting event I really watched this past weekend. I mean, I watched the Red Wings not ruin the Penguins season, so that was disappointing.
Did you hear anything about the Pistons?
I saw some stuff, but
yeah,
last, right? Dead last.
Head coach. Well, yeah, they finished dead last. They tied for the highest percentage to get the lottery ball #1 pick, and their head coach is out.
He's not out. He's moving up.
Yeah, I thought they said front office now.
He's no longer the head coach though.
Yeah. Which I'm okay with. I don't think Dwayne had Kyle was getting the job done. I'm glad they're going somewhere else.
Yeah, that'd be sweet if it was the Boston guy, the young guy who had sexual relations inside the
Uma Thurma.
Okay, yeah, really?
Well, I mean, that's what his name looks like. It's not that, but it's like
yeah,
Uma,
but that's the guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's interesting. But yeah, Pistons news. Max, what about you? Anything?
Nothing. Michigan sadly lost in the NCAA Frozen Four semifinal to the eventual champion, so that's kind of cool. But shout out to John Buchgras, your beauty, for reasons unknown, but he's a good guy. And then I have OBJ signing with Baltimore, so that's pretty sweet. Some NFL news shuffling around before the draft, so there's a lot of speculation.
Mark going back to Baltimore, right?
Exactly. Or I've heard somehow Aaron ended up there, Aaron Rodgers, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. But there's been a lot of rumors and
not with the Jets yet.
Exactly. So,
that's true. And then one other thing I want to talk about was Michigan basketball. Michigan State, Tyson Walker, he said he's coming back today, so he's a really good player. So Michigan State looks top 2 team coming into next year, so they're going to be nasty. But Michigan got Caleb Love, and they also got a small forward guy from Seton Hall. Looks like he can come off the bench and make a difference. And they're actually hosting on Zoom tonight. The dude from Tennessee, the tall dude who scored like 34 points against Duke. It seems like Olivier or something like that, number 11. So Michigan basketball trying to make a splash in the transfer portal. You never know.
Do you think Hunter Dickinson comes back now that they got Caleb Love? Dylan?
I think so, yes.
Sam?
I don't know. Why would he? I would say it's still probably the same, and I don't think Juwan would want him back anyways.
I saw a thing. Scott Van Pelt, he's a big Maryland basketball fan, and he has been tweeting at Hunter Dickinson to come back to Maryland. So supposedly it's between Maryland and Georgetown for Hunter.
I would be surprised if he went to Maryland, only because of all the shit he used to talk, I feel like.
I know. I mean, it is his backyard, but he would talk so much shit to them before they'd play.
And then I saw Baycott from North Carolina tweet out something about him, so it would be kind of wild if he went over to North Carolina, but
flip-flopped.
Yeah, right. All right, anything else, Sammy? I know you said no, so you're all set in the world of sports for this week for now. Max?
I mean, I'm gonna rip this now because I don't know how long our preview is gonna go. Have you guys heard about the Dallas Mavericks and what they've gotten themselves into?
Yeah, but go ahead and talk about it.
Yeah, so they basically are kind of getting caught sandbagging the last game. So they didn't start for their starters, or they didn't play for their starters. They didn't play Kyrie. Said Luka was gonna play a half. He only played like a couple minutes in the first quarter. Then he got a foul in the second quarter and never played again. So, and then they ended up losing when they had like a chance to make the play-in tournament, and they just said no, because if they didn't have a top 10 pick this year, they had to give it to the New York Knicks, and they wanted to solidify keeping their top 10 pick. So that's why. And then there's like a whole thing, like Jason Kidd said, yeah, it was Mark Cuban and their GM's decision, and they're my boss, so I kind of have to do what they say. So
yeah, they like openly admitted it. Kind of wild.
Yeah. So there's a whole NBA investigation.
What? Because I don't want to pledge. That's soft. NBA's soft. We're going to get into that when we talk about it later.
Yeah. Well, speaking of soft, you guys see Rudy Gobert take a punch at his teammate, and then he got suspended for tomorrow's game.
Yeah. And then the other guy, after they lost, broke his hand in the tunnel.
They punched the wall.
Yes.
Yeah. Needless to say, I'm not taking Minnesota Timberwolves later.
Probably good call. All right. Moving on to Serenity Now. We have a quick one. There are a lot of options for Serenity Now this week. John Max already mentioned it. John Buchgras, you're up there, my guy. There was the whole situation with the Timberwolves. Yeah, I don't know. There's other things probably, but I went with the Serenity Now moment, which is unsponsored this week. We couldn't fill the hole. That's okay. We still go on, but it's the Detroit Tigers pitching staff. We're going to focus on the starters. We knew coming in this year that the Detroit Tigers wouldn't have the best hitters, but their pitching staff has been overly horrendous. They are, as a starting unit, are 1-7 with a 7.49 ERA. They have 24 strikeouts as all and 23 walks. Relievers, not much better. 26 strikeouts, 13 walks. Pathetic. To start the season, not being able to throw strikes. So we were there Saturday, and Joey Wentz, he walked the bases loaded. He walked a run in, gets pulled, grand slam. Quality. Real quality. Serenity freaking now.
Yep.
So you're telling me they're almost giving up a run per pitch, right? That's what that is?
No. So 7.49 ERA. It's like breaks down to an inning, how many runs per inning sort of thing. So
per inning. Okay, got it. Yeah.
per 9 innings is what it is actually. It's per 9. But so it's close to almost like every time they step out there, every inning, they're almost gonna give up a run that they've pitched.
Yep. Sam, and our listeners, we were sitting in Comerica. We look at the scoreboard. Boston's up 6-0. They have 3 hits. The math was not adding up there. We're like, what? That's gotta be wrong.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's nice living where you don't get the Tigers.
Serenity now. All right, Sam, as we pull our celebrity guest on, can you give us a shout out to the Stage Dreaming Designs?
Of course, why not? Make sure you guys go ahead and check out Stage Dreaming Designs. There's a lot of cool spring attire up right now. We have some very special products in the wait list right now that are about to go up. So make sure you guys follow us on Instagram. And also be sure to support our podcast through the purchase of an LTES shirt. Every shirt purchased helps us do cool things for you guys, like run these March Madness tournaments that I can just win back myself. But still, the support is needed.
Yeah, I love it. Shout out to Stage Dreaming Designs. Thank you, Sam. And with that, we'll get to the playoffs, talking about playoffs section of the episode 30. And first, we have our celebrity guest here, Mr. Alex Phillips. Alex is a 2010 Taos Area High School graduate and a 2009 Midget B Maha State runner-up.
Yeah. Runner-up, unfortunately.
Yeah, runner-up, but that's all right. My medal's actually over there somewhere, hanging up.
What are those other plaques?
Plaques. Oh, the plaques are still at 1240, our parents' house.
Oh, those are diplomas. Even better.
So Alex is here because he's one, very knowledgeable on NHL as a fact, just from everything I've heard from him. And two, he's also on top of the NBA. He's told me he has the NBA, what is it? You watch the
Pass.
He's got the pass. So he watches a lot of NBA. So he's our guy when it comes to what was that?
I said it, yeah, a lot of it all.
Love it. So, Alex, we're going to start the NBA. So there is a bracket for this. We have an official bracket. There's playing games and all that good stuff, but it's still a bracket. They do not reseed the NBA. So whoever, if you have a crazy upset, it just is what it is.
Hey, did they do?
What's that?
Did they used to?
They definitely used to. And I did a bunch of Googling earlier to make sure I was right, but they do not reseed anymore now.
I thought so. That's the same with the NHL. Like, you used to never be able to do NHL brackets, and then which I prefer it. I mean, who doesn't like a good bracket?
Love a good bracket. It's like the NFL is difficult because if you do get an upset, that screws your whole bracket up because they do reseed.
They do those confidence pools, but they're not the same. But
no, not the same. So in fact, I didn't even mention it. We have set up LTES NBA brackets on ESPN. We'll put the link in on the YouTube. And then we set one up for the NHL on ESPN as well, but it doesn't open until I want to say Saturday or Friday, whenever the season ends and officially has a pool. I don't know when it is, Friday maybe. So
I think Saturday. No, I think Friday the games are done.
Okay, so Saturday is probably when it will come out. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into the NBA. Play-in tournament games start, as Max said, tomorrow, so Tuesday. So they won't be hearing our voices till Wednesday the 12th, but we'll already have a couple play-in games done. Up first is Miami and Atlanta, and the following game is the Lakers and Minnesota. Who do we like in those games, fellas? Let's start right with Alex.
Well, seeing Minnesota spent the weekend punching their teammate, breaking their hands, and I gotta say LA. And so the play-in, I believe, because the play-in's only a few years old. So the Lakers win one, they're in, right?
Yep. So they slot right into the 7, and then they have Memphis.
All right. Yep. I think they're gonna. Oh Oh wow, that's gonna be the second round matchup.
Yep.
That's gonna be interesting. Yeah, I think the Lakers are gonna walk through Minnesota in a game where I don't even think Rudy Gobert's playing, is he?
Nope, they suspended him.
Oh my gosh! And the McDaniels or whatever broke his hand. Yeah, that
Yep.
what a disaster. Yeah, they're done.
All right, so give Phillips the Lakers, no doubt. And then what about Miami, Atlanta? Who do you like over there?
And I'd have to go Miami.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
right.
I agree. You know what? Actually, let's just finish all the playing with Phillips. What about so now here's where it gets tricky. So you don't pick Minnesota and Atlanta, so they slot up, and now they have to play a double elimination game. So in a first elimination game, do you like the Pelicans or the Thunder in the West?
Man, the Thunder aren't even supposed to be here, but man, they've been playing so good. SGA's been playing good.
Yeah,
The
he's a
thing
freak.
is, there was something that came out today that Zion's healthy or his hammy's healthy, but he's not in shape to play. I'm not even sure what that means, but I think I'm gonna have to go with I'm gonna hope Zion comes back, take the Pelicans.
Hells. All right, he's got an extra day, so that's Wednesday. And then Toronto, the game will be played in Toronto, Toronto versus the Bulls.
Oh, I love Toronto. I think they could. I don't think any of the higher seeds want to see them in the first round.
I agree. They have a
They're
three-headed monster.
1 through 5.
Yeah. All right, Sam, give me all the play-in matchups. So
Love it.
first,
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, they do not have these on the ESPN bracket I filled out. So you guys talking about them really helped out. And I'll rip it. I'm taking the Lakers. I'm gonna
yeah,
take Atlanta because they're close to me.
okay.
The Pelicans because of Zion. If Zion doesn't play, that's unfortunate, but still. And then I'll take the Chicago Bulls.
All right, Kobe White guy. Fair enough. Max, who you got?
So I know what we're doing. We're picking them, but can I look at it as more of a better? Can I take the spreads?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so give me the Heat -5 against the Hawks. These are for my picks later too. So write these down, somebody.
Oh,
Heat -5 against the Hawks. My boy Duncan Robinson's finally gets some floor time, so I like that. And then I know Minnesota's punching themselves, but +7 against the Lakers, I think they can hold around for +7. I don't think they get blown out. Give me the Bulls +5 against the Raptors, and give me OKC +5 against the Pelicans.
but I'm gonna make you pick someone just because anyway. Who do you want, Raptors or Bulls, and then Thunder or Pelicans?
So give me Bulls and give me OKC.
All right, fair.
Upsets.
Dang, they really think these games are gonna be close, huh? Only a 5-point spread. Were these
So,
games very close during the regular season?
some are. Last year, if I remember correctly, in those playing games, there were 3 of the 4 were absolute 20 point 20-point blowouts. Those first ones. So, if you like someone, maybe just take them out, right? Or take them if you like the favorites, take them with those points. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'm going Thunder. I'm going Lakers. I'm going Heat, and I'm going Raptors in the first game. So, let's just basically in your mind. So those are the playing games. Let's move past that. So now you have to think about where you want. So if you took the Thunder and the Timberwolves, just move forward and pick whoever you think is going to win that matchup. So let's go to the West, Alex. So you have Lakers versus the Memphis Grizzlies on the bottom of the bracket. Who do you like to come out of that series and why?
Man, the Grizzlies, Lakers. First of all, I think it'll be chippy.
Yep. Dylan Brooks.
I'm taking the Lakers.
Yeah, I like
I
that.
Man, with D'Angelo Russell, I feel like they've just been so much better. And Russell Westbrook's a cancer. The Clippers are about to find out when they get swept in the first round. But yeah, I like the Lakers against the Grizzlies.
So you're basically saying the Lakers are a different team than Russ is gone. Yeah, I mean I agree. Um, no doubt.
I think, yeah, it's the vibes, the locker room, it's everything.
So I already heard you just say that you're taking the Suns over the Clippers, right? In the 4-5.
Yeah, I'll take them in 4 games.
Suns guy. I love it. I like it. Okay. What about
I rest game 3 and 4 just to do it.
yeah. What about Kings Warriors? So that's an interesting one. So the Kings are the 3 seed, Warriors are the 6. The Warriors are actually minus like 260 to move forward, which is kind of
I
wild.
Oh man, the Kings can score, and so can the Warriors. I know both of those games that over unders are going to be like 245 for every game. I just think the Warriors have too much experience. Draymond's going to piss them young kids off and
Yep.
rattle. Yeah, but definitely Warriors.
Oh gosh, my bracket's looking real similar, and I'm gonna assume you're taking the Nuggets against whoever comes out of there, the 1 versus the 8.
Maybe they've been choking lately, but no, this is their year. This is it.
All right, Nugs are coming out. All right, so we're gonna keep going with Alex here. We're gonna get your Western Conference champion. Instead of just breaking down, who do you have coming out of the West? So right now you would have Denver versus Phoenix, and then you have Golden State versus the Lakers. Just tell me who you have playing, and then who wins that game to get to the NBA Finals series.
I think the Lakers and the Suns will be in the
Oh
Western
shit!
Conference.
So Lakers over Warriors, okay.
Well, KD, LeBron, head to head.
And then who wins that?
I think the Suns make it to the final. And you don't know what's funny is not a super team guy. I'm usually the guy that thinks they won't work, but I just think Devin Booker is 10 times better than Kyrie. He can shoot.
Less drama.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the Suns. I take the Suns out of the West.
love it. All right, good stuff. I'm gonna go right now. I'm doing the exact same thing, but I'm going Suns over the Warriors in that Western Conference final. I know I picked the Clippers to make the NBA Finals at the very beginning of the year. Can't do it. Suns, they had a crappy matchup. I think the Suns are going to get them in that 4-5. So give me the Suns come out of the West as well. Max, where are you going?
You just want me to tell you who's coming out of the West?
Tell me who's in the Western Conference Finals.
So I have the Warriors Suns in my Western Conference Finals. And if we think back to our preview for the NBA, I was talking shit about the Suns, saying how they weren't even going to make the playoffs. Chris Paul was going to get hurt. DeAndre Ayton wouldn't even be there right now. So I'm going to take the Suns to make it to the NBA Finals.
We have 3 Suns. I love it. But also, they didn't have KD when you did that shit talking. So
I know. Things happen. I didn't think the super team like Alex has called them would be there right now, but they are. And I agree with Alex that Devin Booker is a hell of a better basketball player than Kyrie. KD's looking like KD, and KD's the best scorer out there.
Yeah. And if Chris Paul stays healthy, he's still Chris Paul. Like,
Exactly.
He doesn't score as much as he used to with the Rockets and stuff. So,
Yep.
Sam, give me your Western Conference Final matchup, and then give me your coming out of the West.
Here's your wrench. We're gonna take the Grizzlies and the Nuggets.
I mean,
And
those
then
are
have-
the 2 seed and the 1 seed, so I like
Yeah,
it.
but I guess it's a wrench for you guys. And then give me the Grizzlies in the finals.
Gosh, you're a Dylan Brooks guy, eh? All right.
I'm a John Morant guy.
John Morant, you like guns. Nice. Heck yeah. Love it. All right. Sam, we're going right back to you then. So Eastern Conference, we're going big picture again still. Tell me who is in your Eastern Conference. Before you do it, I think the Eastern Conference is kind of like the women's college basketball tournament. Not much parity here. I think it's there's 2 teams, 2.5 teams that could really do it. And at the end of the day, I don't think that's going to change. It could, but I mean, you could see an Iowa over South Carolina, I guess. But so who you got?
Teams.
What was that, Alex?
I think there's 3 teams in the East that could make a run. But like you said, after that, I just don't think any of those teams have a chance.
Yeah, I agree. There's 3. Philadelphia being the 3rd, correct?
Yes, yeah.
But
But
I basically looked at it that way. So I have Bucks, Celtics, and Celtics winning.
So Boston back-to-back into the NBA Finals.
Yep, Celtics versus Grizzlies for me.
So, all right, we'll say who your winner is.
Celtics.
Nice. All right.
Little tip to what might happen in the NHL for me as well there. Might.
So we were in TV time out here. So we were at Comerica on Saturday, and there was obviously the Tigers were playing the Red Sox. There were multiple Bruins fans Who knows really why? The Penguins are playing Red Wings that day, not the Bruins. But there's a passionate guy, and Max got up multiple times and talked shit or yelled at him basically from afar. And he stood up and tried giving it right back, but he wasn't very good shit talker.
No, I just kept yelling Tampa's better. You'll hear my bracket why. So,
Love it. All right, Max, who do you have coming out of the East?
so I'm kind of similar in aspect. So I have the Bucks playing the 76ers, and give me Philly to the NBA Finals just to cause more agony for the city of Philadelphia to get that third team, that fourth team in there, not to win. And give me the Suns to win it all.
That's funny. I like it. I like it a lot. Alex, who do you have? So coming out of the Eastern Conference, why? And then who's in the finals? And then who do you have it all winning it all?
I think Bucks Boston rematch. I think Boston wins, and I think Boston beats the Suns.
Oh shit! All right, so we have 2 Celtics. We have 1 Suns. Let's make it even. I'm taking the Suns. Taking the Suns over the Bucks. I think it's Bucks Celtics. They're just the best in the East. Like I do think 76ers are good, but they have to have a lot of things go right for them. I know I'm wearing a New York jersey, but it's really a Melo jersey, and it's not. I don't know, not Jalen Brunson.
They get a ton of their points from the line too, and I always tend to fade that because you're not going to get those calls in the playoffs.
It's a different whistle.
Going to the line 25 times a game is going to turn into 15 real quick.
And when your best player is a center, it's difficult in postseason play. It's
difficult.
Yeah, it's same as March Madness in my mind. You have to have someone who can go get you buckets, kind of like without having to get the ball past him, which I know Embiid can, but it's not the same.
I like Boston because they're depth. I mean,
they're loaded.
They're scrappy on D. I think it's their year.
I don't mind the city of Boston. So
I don't. They remind me of, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Detroit. Oh, I was reading something that Detroit's like the dead last in multiple sports, but like the longest droughts to get into the playoffs for all of the categories, including the Lions, who have the most hope.
I mean, we're looking for a sports team at the moment to just bring us up. Where at one point it was all of them.
Yeah, it was, including the Detroit Shock.
But yeah,
tough. All right, let's switch gears. Oh, and then remember, we're going to have that LTES bracket challenge. I think we're going to have like whoever wins, you have to be subscribed to enter on YouTube. And then whoever wins, we're going to get a shirt out to the winner of the bracket. So Alex, be sure to let your friends know and hop on in there.
Sounds good.
So let's move on to NHL. So NHL, I think we know between the 4 of us, it's not yet solidified who even the participants all will be. There's still some wiggle room on seating. There are a few locked up matchups like the Leafs and the Lightning and the Devils and the Rangers. I'm not sure if anyone's matched or locked in the West.
Hey, is that Devils Rangers locked up?
I read that it was. I definitely could be wrong though, because I was trying to figure out dates and articles. If it's not,
a week ago it was close to locked up. I didn't know if it was or not, but it's from what I understood, weird things needed to happen for it to not be locked up. So
I think it is. So I think we have Devils Rangers. Regardless, so playoffs start next Monday, the 17th. We will have a bracket challenge for this as well. So when they announce or when they fully come out, make sure you get on there and solidify your bracket. But what we'll do here is more of a big picture. With some, if you want to talk about something a little more nuanced and specific, feel free. So let's throw the ball to Alex. Just kind of talk about generally what your feelings are on the Western Conference. Like I know there are 3 teams still competing for one spot. So technically the Jets, the Predators, and technically the Flames, but they only have 2 games left. The Jets and Predators 3. So there's those 3 are competing for the last spot. But what are your general thoughts in the West?
Hey, before I answer that question, what do you think of the playoff seedings? How there's 3 divisions, and here's why I don't like it: is we should not be getting the Rangers and the Devils in round 1. I mean, I know it's exciting right off the bat, but like, if it was 1 through 8 like it used to be, they would not even be coming close to playing each other. But if you look at the amount of points they got,
I agree with this wholeheartedly because if you look at like Boston is projected to probably play like the Islanders, it's the same thing. They shouldn't be having to play the Islanders who are coming in hot. Like Boston's the overall 1 seed. They should be getting your lowest of the low 8 seed that's scratching in. I agree with that 100%.
And then
Yep.
the
Then,
other one, and
so the one locked up matchup in the West is what, the Oilers,
Kings.
Kings, right?
Okay. Yeah, that's why I wasn't positive on the West, but I believe it.
Which, man, if the Oilers are so hot, and they've got 4 of like the top 6 or so point getters in the whole league. McDavid's got like 150 points, and it's a that the last team I think they want in round 1 is the Kings.
I
mean,
agree. It's horseshit. Like
they're
Stars wild. It's 102 to 100 points, those two teams, and they're gonna match up. Like, how is that fair? I don't know. I agree.
I like that they switched it up and quit reseeding, but the 3 divisions thing, and they just made a statement a month or so ago that it's not going anywhere. It's like, come on. But what it is, what it is. I guess we get good matchups right away and don't have to wait, but it's not ideal.
It's tough because you battle all year and now you see someone who's pretty much equal to you right away when, I don't know, you're not even gonna be able to get your feet wet. So from that aspect, it's difficult. Sam, what do you think? Do you like it? Do you want it to go back to 1 through 8, or do you don't mind it? We get exciting.
I mean, I noticed it as I was spinning. I was like, dang, these are matchups. These are gonna be series. So in that regard, I'm fine with it. I probably feel a little different if like the Red Wings were in there getting thrown in with the Islanders or something like that, But looking at it as it is right now, I'm for it because it's gonna be entertainment, and I'm interested to see how it goes. You gotta show up day one. If you don't show up day one, so.
Yeah, pack your bags and get your ass out if you're not showing
Game
up.
right off the bat, which is cool.
What was that, Al?
But you're gonna get good games right off the bat, which is cool.
Yeah, and I will double down on this. We already said it, but this is a very exciting time. Like, I love being able to have 4 NHL or 2 to 3 NHL games on a night, and you got 2 NBA games on in a night. Pretty badass. And the NHL games are gonna be really exciting. The NBA games might not be, but there could be a spread that's like plus 11, I sense, in the first round, and that could be exciting. So with that, Alex, I'm gonna go back to you. Who do you like? Let's just say, who do you like coming into the Western Conference Finals? Once again, we don't know the matchups, so you could be picking 2 teams out to play each other in the semifinals, technically. But who would you imagine being in the Western Conference Finals? Then who do you have winning the West?
The Oilers. It's hard not to go with the Oilers, even though like I said, I've liked them all year long. They're coming in hot. But I mean, their power play is like 34%, and like I've never even hardly heard of that.
That's nuts.
It's insane. And then, oh man, who else? I like Dallas. They're kind of flying under the radar if you go look at the Vegas odds there.
Yeah.
But they got good goaltending and they score goals. And they're
We got a mobile Phillips losing service. They'll be coming in and out. But I heard Stars, Oilers, and then who do you have winning the West, Al?
oh man, I was breaking up, eh?
A little bit. You're wheeling around right now.
I laugh because
Oh no. All right, Alex, hold on a second. You're coming in and out. We'll come back to you in a second. You're good. Once you find it. All right, we're gonna time out for Alex. Sam, who do you like in the West?
All right.
Oilers, Stars.
All right, Oilers, Stars, and then Oilers or Stars. I'm gonna say you said the Oilers. Sam, you're up.
Yeah, I also have the Oilers. You can't not go with the Oilers, I feel like, right now. But I'm gonna take a bit of a run at it here, and I'm gonna say Seattle. I think Seattle, if they can get past the Avs, they will feel invincible. And then I'll take the Oilers.
you took the Kraken to win a playoff series as your bold prediction, so I'm
did.
still rooting for you. They do have a young scrappy team and veteran goaltending, so I think Seattle could do it. And then you have the Oilers coming out. All right, I like it. Max, where are you going in the West?
So ultimately, I'm going to bring into the Western Finals. Give me Vegas versus Dallas, and then give me Dallas to make it to the Stanley Cup Finals. They've got a hot goalie right now. They got Robinson, who's a sneaky superstar that not many people really understand how good he is. And I think they have Tyler Seguin. He's always been hot, and I think they could make a little run. Like Alex said, under the radar, sneaky good.
The Star is nice. Only thing I know about them is the Tyler Sagan, yeah, and how girl gave him a blowy back in high school, and she made a poster about it, so that's sweet. Yeah, I like the Oilers and the Avs. I don't know why the Avs aren't being talked about more. They are the defending Stanley Cup champions. They're still the Colorado Avalanche. But I actually have the Oilers coming out, and I will continue on and go with the East. And so it depends still totally how it's going to come out and break down. But I like the Devils to play Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm definitely going to root for the Devils to beat Boston, but I'm going to put Boston in the finals and hope their heart gets broken like Max did for Philly and NBA. Oilers, first time in a long time that a Canadian team wins the Stanley Cup. Oilers hoist it for me. Alex, I know you had Oilers or Stars in the West. Who are you taking in the East, and who are you taking to win it all?
Man, I love the Devils, first of all, but they're young, and I just hate that they got the Rangers off the bat. The Rangers are physical, and man, when they brought in Kane and Tarasenko, it took them like 4 games to get clicking. But man, I think the Rangers get past the Devils, and I think they're gonna play Boston. And I know it's chalk, and I know the President's Cup trophy always comes up short, but I don't think they're gonna this year. I mean, they're a wagon.
Boston to win it all, Stanley Cup champs.
Boston to win it all.
And then we were cutting out at this point, but who do you have them beating in the finals?
I think they'll beat Edmonton in the finals.
Okay, so I have the exact same one, but just flip it. I take Edmonton to beat Boston, so I like it. Matt,
But I mean, they score a lot of goals.
yeah, I mean, it could be one of the more exciting NHL playoffs. There's a lot of goal scoring to be had. I mean, like I know the Islanders play stingy defense, like you've noted. There's some teams that do play defense, but I think the best teams are high flying offenses. Max, who do you got in the East, and then who do you have winning it all?
So in the Eastern Conference, I'm going to give me the Rangers versus Tampa. Boston's going to match up with Tampa, and Tampa's built to win. Shout out to David Pastrnak at Comerica. That one's for you. Then give me Tampa to make it to the Stanley Cup Finals again. Sneaky wagon. They all have been there before. When pushed up against the wall, I don't think they're going to be flustered. They're just going to dig in and get the job done. So
I love it. Tampa Bay Lightning. Sam.
I'm gonna follow suit with you, Dylan. New Jersey, Boston, but the Oilers to win.
Over
Boston.
Nice. All right. Yeah, you matched me. I like it.
Hey, Max, that you got the Leafs with another first round exit, huh?
yeah, I don't think I think that's just bad news for Toronto. I mean, it sucks. We talked about it at our house the other day, how it's kind of shitty that Tampa and the Leafs, both teams that could very well win the Stanley Cup this year, have to play each other in the first round.
I cannot imagine being a Leafs fan. Oh my God.
Yeah, I took the Leafs just because I feel bad for that whole area. So passionate fans, so yeah, it's tough sudden there.
I don't know.
Yeah. So, all right. In the interest of time, with less than a minute, we will submit our picks on YouTube. Sam, we didn't get them up last week. We had some technical difficulties. Alex, I'll have you text me your picks, separate picks. I have a whole slew of them. I just want to note that I've gone 1-14 in the last 2 weeks, so I got to figure it out. I'm picking cricket.
It's a good thing they weren't posted then, huh?
With that, thank you, Alex. We really appreciate you hopping on. That's all for episode 30 of Legally Teaching Engineer Sports. Playoffs. Talking about playoffs. Our quote comes from Jaromir Jagr. People judge you by the way you play in the playoffs. That's it. Thank you, everyone. Have a great week.
See you, boys.
Thanks, Al.
Yep, later.